wrestling.
I'm giving you 3 seconds to tell me the friend. Tell him. 2.
He's a man of his word, not I told you.
Oh, but sometime. Wait a minute. Jeff Jarrett.
No freaking way. Jeff Jarrett's the friend.
Oh, he catches it. He just treatment.
Sting against Kurt Angle to determine who gets the title shot against Christian Cage. And the referee is called for the bell. I can't believe it. They've thrown this match out already. Chair shot after chair shot by the world's champion. Christian Cage fears defending the title against Angle.
Tonight, it's gonna be showtime.
Here comes Kurt Angle, and he's ripping the neck brace right off. Oh no! And Sting has just realized that Angle has cost him the World Heavyweight Championship.
He just drilled him with the bat.
When Team 3D squares off against Samoa Joe and the War Machine Rhino. Plus, the pride of Tennessee, Miss Jackie Moore, meets Gail Kim in a TNA knockout, knockdown, drag-out street fight.
For weeks, Kurt Angle and Sting have been vying for the chance to beat Christian Cage for the championship. Tonight, who will step up to make Christian Cage and sacrifice?
Well, Don West, I think we may just have your answer. You'll recall it was last week on Impact when Kurt Angle's interference in the Sting Christian Cage World Championship match quite honestly cost this man the NWA World Heavyweight title. But to me, the shock factor came moments later when a frustrated Sting used that trademark baseball bat to nail Angle. Oh my God!
There was Kurt Angle waiting for him in the ring with a chair, and he just went right after him. Obviously, Kurt Angle, what you were talking about, still feeling the sting of that bat. Fight Sting last week, and man, Kurt Angle didn't even give him a chance.
And you can see the security and referees have hit the six-sided ring to try and control these two. We're going to send it to the back, JB and Christian Cage. Thanks, guys. Christian Cage, you just witnessed what happened here on the monitors backstage. Your thoughts?
My thoughts? It's pathetic, really. 2 grown men fighting over me, but actually, to be fair, they both have a legitimate gripe, you know? So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to head out there right now, and I'm going to sort this whole mess out. No, I don't claim to be Dr. Phil, but when you're talking about a couple morons like this, it's simple psychology, baby boy.
All right, Christian Cage on his way out to the ring. Don and Mike, back to you.
My problem is Christian Cage cost my title shot last week. I had your and you know it.
It sounds like your problem is with Christian Cage and not me, so go get Christian.
First of all, it's not with Christian. My problem is with you, Sting. Last week at the end of the night, all I remember is you standing above me with a bat in your hand.
You gave me every reason to hold the bat in my hand and do what I did with it because you interfered in my shot at the world title.
Well, that's true. Well, how about this? From what we heard just moments ago, the instant classic, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion Christian Cage, he may have something up his sleeve.
Fellas, can we all just get along? Stinger, the way that Jeff Jarrett handed you on a silver platter the victory to become the #1 contender at Lockdown, even you have to admit, you really didn't earn it now, did you? Now, granted, I can see the way that you're acting towards Kurt. I can see the way you're looking at him. And granted, Kurt Angle is an but he does have a point. And Kurt, Sting has a point himself, because last week you came down to the ring on Impact and you ruined Sting's small amount of hope of becoming the World Heavyweight Champion when you got him disqualified in a match against the Instant Classic. So being the man, being the humanitarian that I am, I figured we don't need any controversy. I want to be fair here. So how can I be fair? How do we solve this problem? It's real simple. Tonight, right here on Impact, let's say Sting and Kurt Angle, you two team up.
Team up?
That's right. You two team up against AJ Styles and the Instant Classic, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Christian Cage.
Can he do that?
In a no disqualification tag team match.
Interesting proposal.
And if either one of you happen to score the pinfall for your team, that man will get a shot at this NWA World Heavyweight Championship at Sacrifice. Sound good?
Sounds good to me. I don't know if that's possible.
But that's not all, boys. That's not all. If AJ Styles and myself happen to win the match tonight, then neither one of you get a shot at this title at Sacrifice.
Oh, you knew we'd have
So
an
that's
outlaw.
the deal, guys. It's an all or nothing situation. You just gotta know, are either one of you willing to roll the dice?
Hey, Christian, I don't have to roll the dice because I already got my title shot.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What, you're not gonna take this? What are you, an icon? Or are you a
And I'll tell you, before your mouth overrides your rear end, I accept the challenge.
Wow, he is accepting it.
Sting and Angle against AJ and Christian. I guess that's pending Jim Cornette's approval. Now, let's go to Leticia with Team 3D.
Finally, the legacy has been fulfilled. 20-time World Tag Team Champions. Finally, the NWA World Tag Team Champions. The most important tag team championship in the history of the world. Many people say, Team 3D, what are you going to do now? We're going to defend our belts. That's what we're going to do. We're going to have a nice, long title run. At Sacrifice, we're putting our titles on the line. Three-way dance. Steiner and Tomko, LAX, and Team 3D. But tonight, it's Joe and Rhino. Rhino, you've been on our team, and we've stood across from you. We know how tough you are. You're one bad son of a you-know-what. But Samoa Joe, we've heard so much about you. You're a tough man. And tonight, we look forward to seeing just how tough you are.
Boys, you're gonna know why we are the most decorated tag team in the history of this business. Oh, my brother, testify!
Ladies and gentlemen, the following non-title contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing team number one first. From Detroit, Michigan, the War Machine, Rhino!
We now know it's Sacrifice. Team 3D to defend the title against two teams, LAX and Tomko and Steiner. But tonight on Impact, Brother Ray, Brother Devon, you can't fall prey to that look-ahead factor.
And his tag team partner, the Samoan Submission Machine, Samoa Joe!
It's the TNA version of the Machines, Samoan Submission, to join the War Machine when we return to Impact.
Ladies and gentlemen, their opponents in this non-title contest are from New York City. They are the NWA World Tag Team Champions, Brother Ray, Brother Devon, Team 3D!
Well, they finally did it at Lockdown. Team 3D captured the NWA World Tag Team titles, and they have successfully defended the championship belt the past 2 weeks right here on Impact. You remember 2 weeks ago, Christian Cage and Abyss, and last week it was Tomko and Scott Steiner. We're talking about fighting champions in Team 3D, and I can't wait for this first ever meeting against Samoa Joe and Rhino.
I'll tell you what,
what? This match here is all about pride. Of course, the titles are not on the line tonight, but I like what Team 3D's doing. What a better way to get prepared for a matchup when you're going to have to face Steiner, Tomko on one side, LAX on the other in a three-way tag title match. This way, you've got two of the hardest hitting wrestlers of the world in the War Machine and Samoa Joe. What a better way to get prepared for sacrifice, Mike.
Have some interesting news about TNA Mobile. Text TNA to 76,000 for a free one-week trial membership to TNA Mobile. Late-breaking news, exclusive video, and so more. And speaking of exclusive, we've just received word here at the broadcast table. TNA Management's Jim Cornette has given the thumbs up. He has okayed Christian Cage, AJ Styles versus, yes, Kurt Angle and Sting tonight. But Don, there's so much at stake in that tag team match.
Well, I mean, you heard the stipulations. If Kurt Angle gets the pin on either Christian or AJ Styles, he gets that shot. Same thing for Sting. But what if Christian or AJ get the pin? And then the title shot is wide open again. I'm a little surprised Jim Cornette agreed to this, but I think when you put in the frustration that Kurt Angle and Sting are dealing with, you have to make that decision.
Wow! Did you see that T-bone from Samoa Joe? Back to his feet. Series of kicks. Back heel trick by Brother Ray. Went for the elbow drop, but Joe rolls out of the way.
I tell you what, look at the size of these four men. I mean, you talked about four absolutely brutal big guys, and you can see the respect. You heard the respect from Brother Ray earlier tonight when he talked about the War Machine and the Samoan Submission Machine.
They lock it up, collar and elbow. Brother Ray backs Joe into the corner, but Joe realizes he's on the wrong side of town. Series of shots from Brother Devon, who then drops down to the floor. Neck right across the top rope, back drop suplex, belly to back. Brother Ray gonna go for the pin, two, and Rhino in to break it up.
Well, he had to just in time, and then you saw Brother Devon just go straight at Rhino, which gives Joe a chance to come in and put him on his back.
Brother Ray gonna take Samoa Joe into the air, and he's just powered the 300-pound down.
Gore by Rhino.
War Machine out of nowhere, measuring, waiting for Brother Devon to get this. Wait a minute.
What in the world?
Christopher Daniels just ran right by the broadcast table.
Listen, what is he doing? I mean, this was shaping up to be one of the best. Oh, come on. Somebody put a stop to this guy.
Using Sting's trademark baseball bat, and you see the carnage that the fallen angel Christopher Daniels has left in the ring. And there's Joe from behind. Kakita clutch. Look at that rear naked choke on Daniels.
Oh, he's got to be frustrated. And again, Christopher Daniels asserting himself everywhere he's not supposed to be. And trust me, you don't want to be in that ring right now with four pissed off wrestlers.
Referee has thrown this out. It's a no contest. But how about this? Rhino and Brother Ray holding Daniels. Brother Devon to the top.
If you're going to disrespect these as he hits the bullseye, they're going to teamwork together. And now, Christopher Daniels, wrong place, wrong time, and you deserve everything you get.
Talk about the fallen angel feeling the wrath of both Team 3D, Samoa Joe, and the War Machine Rhino. What is this now?
All of them in unison. Get the tables. Oh, Daniels is going to feel the wrath. Oh, man. And look at Joe circling him in that ring, making sure he doesn't get anywhere. And here come the tables, and the crowd goes crazy.
Who could have ever predicted that something this outrageous would happen? The opponents in this non-title matchup here on Impact, Team 3D, Samoa Joe and Rhino working in concert.
The kick right there to the head. Gore! Right into the table. Gore! Gore! Gore!
That was unbelievable. Think the fallen angel learned his lesson?
You better think it through a little better next time when you're going to go in and try to break up that matchup. And look at the four of them in unison.
Look at that shot of T3D, Samoa Joe, and Rhino. That was outrageous. Let's send it to the back. JB standing by with Christian Cage and AJ Styles.
Main event tonight on Impact with big implications regarding the World Heavyweight Championship.
That's right, JB.
I knew it. You were going to go to him first. Why? Why don't you ever talk to me? I've got something to say. Like, stop volunteering me for these matches. I don't want to be in them.
AJ.
I don't feel good.
All right.
Hey,
I sympathize with you. Calm down, okay? Calm down. This is the reason. Because tonight, when we beat Sting and Angle, and we are going to beat them because it's real simple. They're not on the same page. They don't like each other. They're going to take each other out. And all we have to do is stand back and pick the bones. But when that happens, AJ, neither one of them is going to be the #1 contender for this title. And take a look around you. Look around. Look up. Look down. Look down the hallway for all I care. Look around. I don't see Tomko. I don't see Steiner. And Abyss is dead and buried. And that leaves one phenomenal opportunity. You get it now?
That's great! That's great. First you steal my hood, and now you find out, I've got someone else who can be phenomenal. That's great. Thank you very much.
What are you talking
After all we've been through.
Hey, first of all, my hood unzips. It's more like a flap. It's not even like yours, but I thought, that kind of kept us more like a team, like a family, kind of like our chest hair. We match. All right? But I'm not talking about that. What do you think? I'm talking about him? I'm talking about you. When I say phenomenal, I mean AJ Styles. You will be the #1 contender. Do you get it now?
Sorry.
Sacrifice, total surrender of the body and mind, yielding all one has in the name of honor, fighting against the endless aggression of an enemy with reckless abandon to attempt to embrace greatness, if only for a fleeting moment. Giving up all one is for all one can become. Kurt Angle, Christian Cage, Samoa Joe, Sting. What sacrifices are they prepared to make? TNA presents Sacrifice live May 13th on pay-per-view.
Eric Young, look at you. You're pathetic. You signed a legally binding contract. I own you. Own you. You don't speak unless you're spoken to.
Look at you, man. You've got everything. Money,
Pain.
power, fame, a girl.
To be rude. Robert Roode wants the answer. Who is your friend? You have no friend.
Sometimes you gotta fight your own
Are
battle.
you mad? Hit me, damn it.
Yes! Yes! He just couldn't take it anymore! Oh, what a wicked shot to the head!
Who's your friend? Who's your friend?
Jeff Jarrett? No freaking way! He just creamed his Roode! Look at the look on Robert Roode's face!
What's Robert Roode's next move going to be?
Robert Roode is not a happy man. Eric Young, I hate your guts. Eric Young, Robert Roode is going to fire you right here tonight.
You think this is another one of those threats, or is he going to make good on his promise?
The deck's been stacked, we know now, with Jeff Jarrett's entrance last week.
So stop wasting time, Eric. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you, get your out here right now.
Wait a minute. TNA management's Jim Cornette.
I'm telling you something. You back up and you can listen to me.
You tell him, Jim.
What the hell do you want, Cornette?
I told Jeff Jarrett to stay home tonight because of what happened between him and Ms. Brooks last week. Because I'm not going to have men beating up women in TNA, even if it was deserved.
Amen.
Now you're out here running your mouth talking about who ought to get fired and who ought to do this and that. As far as I'm concerned, the only people that ought to be fired around here are you and that flotation floozy of yours.
Flotation floozy.
Can we get a shirt made up? I have stayed out of this for months now because I didn't want TNA's lawyer and your lawyer taking leaks on each other's leg in court for the next 5 years. But this has got to come to an end. You signed Eric Young to a personal services contract, right?
Exactly. Right here.
Well, you did it while Eric Young already had a valid TNA contract. That means when Eric Young signed that contract, he was guilty of breaching his TNA contract, and for that, I could either take Eric Young to court or I could fire him.
Excellent. Fire him. Save me the job. Do it. Fire him.
However, because he signed the contract with you, that makes you guilty of tampering with TNA contract talent. And that means, Clarence Darrow, Johnny Cochran, that I could take you to court or even fire you if I want to.
Fine. Do it. Take me to court. What are you going to do? Arrest me?
Wait a minute. What I suggest that everybody do here, you need to drop this thing. You need to leave this kid alone. You need to drop the whole business and mind your own business, and nobody goes to court, and nobody gets fired. That's what I suggest.
You know what I suggest? I suggest you get out of my face.
That's management you're
Because
talking
you and
to.
we're both smart businessmen. And Cornette, I'm smart enough to know that if there was something that you could have done about this, you would have did it a long time ago. So whether you like it or not, Eric Young's getting fired tonight. So get out of my face.
Wow. Look here. You keep your hands off me, punk, because I'm your boss.
Getting physical with TNA management's Jim Cornette.
What in the world?
God, he just knocked Cornette down.
Screw you, Cornette. Don't you ever put your hands on Robert Roode. You understand me?
Robert Roode just absolutely snapped. And here comes Eric Young.
And here the crowd goes crazy. And Eric Young flies in. But Robert Roode cuts him off right as he hits the ring. And he's already taken Cornette down. Waiting in the comeback by Eric Young.
You're fighting for all of us, Eric. Lay those babies in there, one after the other.
He's so fired up. Unbelievable though what Robert Roode did to Jim Cornette. Wait a minute. Eric Young right here in front of us. He's got a guitar.
He just pulled the guitar out from underneath the ring. Oh, man. And Roode caught him with the boot. Oh, and drops him. Spiked him on his head with the DDT.
Oh, he was so close to disrupting Robert Roode, and now Robert Roode has the upper hand.
Man, sent him face first into the corner and just keeps rifling off those rights.
Wait a minute now. Speaking of Miss Brooks, she's got the handcuffs in her hands.
Yeah, we saw this last week, Don. Too reminiscent.
Let's get some help out here as Eric Young is helpless. There's nothing he's going to be able to do with those cuffs around the wrist. As you can see, Robert Roode's got him. Oh, no.
Yeah, but
he's trapped.
But Don, think.
You son of a...
There's no Jeff Jarrett.
No, he's been banned from the building. Oh, now look at the paintbrushing going on. Right there by Miss Brooks, one shot after another.
Yeah, cheap shots by Ms. Brooks. And now Roode picks up the guitar and circles the ring. Oh, of course, he's going to badmouth him even more.
Eric Young, remember this. It pays to be rude.
Oh, God!
Oh, my God.
Just cracked him right over the head. Finally, we get some security out here. We get some referees to try and get Robert Roode off of a defenseless Eric Young.
What's going to go on now with this contract situation? And what on earth is Jim Cornette going to do? And here he goes, Jim Cornette back into the ring.
Hey, tough guy. You think you're a bad man, huh? You're shoving me around. You beat up a guy that's handcuffed. Well, let me tell you something. I'm not going to fire you. No, I'm going to make it a whole lot worse. Because it's sacrifice. You think you're tough? It's going to be you, Robert Roode, one-on-one in the ring with the king of the mountain, Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah! I can't wait for May the 13th at Sacrifice. Robert Roode, Jeff Jarrett, one-on-one.
Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe. This is your chance to own the rematch the world of professional wrestling demanded. TNA Home Video presents Turning Point. Available now on DVD, exclusively at Best Buy. Go to ShopTNA.com 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for the latest Don West deal of the day and official TNA Wrestling merchandise. ShopTNA.com. All TNA Wrestling 24/7.
Robert Roode thought that he had outsmarted Eric Young in TNA, but boy, was he ever wrong. May 13th, Sacrifice, Jeff Jarrett gets his hands on Robert Roode, and I can't wait.
Me neither, Mike. You know what, though, Mike? So many people have asked us about Abyss after what happened 2 weeks ago. And it was brutal. And I'll be honest, nobody that I know of in TNA has had any contact with the monster whatsoever. We're going to show you what happened again, but I do want to warn you, if you're squeamish in any way, seriously, you might not want to watch this.
2 weeks ago, when Abyss was on the receiving end of the single most gruesome beating in TNA history, it just proved my point. Without me, Abyss was nothing. I made Abyss a world champion. I made him a monster. Without me, Abyss was an emotionally broken, insecure, bumbling man-child. And what I created, I've now destroyed. And now that I've discarded, it's time for me to move on to bigger and better things. Abyss is finished, and Abyss has been replaced.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next match is a TNA knockdown street fight. Falls count anywhere, and there must be a winner. Introducing first, she is the pride of Tennessee, Miss Jackie Moore.
Just want to get a quick reaction from you. What's going on in that evil mind of James Mitchell about how Abyss has outlived his usefulness, and now Mitchell actively looking for his next project?
Well, he's so diabolical, Mike, there's no telling what he's got in store. You just want to say enough already when it comes to what's happened to the Monster Abyss. And her opponent from Tampa, Florida, Gail Kim.
It was one of the standout matches at our lockdown pay-per-view, and tonight on Impact, you are going to be privy to see the return match, and here we go. Gail Kim and the pride of Tennessee, Miss Jackie Moore. It's a TNA knockdown, drag-out street fight. The rules, pretty simple. Falls count anywhere. There must be a winner. Turn the ladies loose.
Well, I'll tell you what, as we see a quick pinfall attempt right there on the mat. These two have been, oh, what a shot by Jackie, as Gail takes it right in the gut on the rail. But that's almost what you got to do with these two. It's no longer a battle. It's become a war. And I mean, it has been so unlike any feud you've ever seen with any women in your lifetime, as these two just want to kill each other, and they don't care what they used to do it, Mike.
Pin attempt on the ramp, and Gail Kim, you talk about just overpowering her opponent, tossed her completely over. Referee Earl Hebner. You'll recall at lockdown, not even the steel cage could contain these two. They brawled all over the Family Arena in St. Louis. But will you ever forget when Gail Kim went to the top of that cage, DW?
Oh, and it's been, when you hear her talk about it, it was such an emotional event because she showed the world that they belong in that ring with the men. And she did it. She shut that door when she could have walked out with the victory. She wanted to win it the hard way, and now she wants to make sure that Jackie Moore feels it. Oh, whoa! Garbage can on top, and the ball! Little baseball accident, man, that hurts.
You talked about feeling it the hard way. One side of the trash can to the other. Gail Kim wielding that weapon. You imagine the concussive sound inside the trash can. Pin, 2 count only. I'm amazed that the pride of Tennessee, Miss Jackie Moore, was able to come back with a shot like that.
She came right out of that ball was right there. Now she's just choking the life out of Gail Kim. Got her hair and all. You can see the crowd showing their unappreciation for Jackie Moore's tactics. But listen, in a match like this, anything goes. It doesn't matter what either one of them do.
And can you imagine, Don? We still have Sting and Kurt Angle against Christian Cage and AJ Styles in an anti-main event. And Gail Kim just tossed the powder right in Jackie Moore's eyes.
Look at this. She's got a bra in her hand, and she's using it as a weapon, and she's choking Jackie right there. And of course, Jackie can't see anything with that powder.
That's because this is a TNA knockdown, drag-out street fight. But oh, cheap shot there by Jackie Moore. But you know what? It's legal.
Oh, she had to do that, and it was a good move on her part. Able to grab that neck, shoot it down on the ropes, and then you can see that Gail Kim right now a little discombobulated, and Jackie Moore still with that bra hanging around her neck. It's got the chair in it. What a drop kick! What a drop kick by Gail Kim!
10, 2, got it!
Here's your winner, Gail Kim!
And check this out. The Tennessee Cowboy, James Storm, charging down the ramp and slides into the ring, and now from behind, Jackie Moore just clocked Gail Kim.
Oh, I mean, look at that. If you saw James Storm able to distract Gail Kim, and Jackie Moore just looking for that. What a DDT. She just lays Gail Kim right out.
You're right, leveled her, dropped her on her head with that DDT. After Gail Kim got the victory in this street fight, had her head raised. And now, come on, not the beer bottle.
We've seen enough. Oh, look at this. Oh, wait a minute. Here comes the Wildcat, Chris Harris, with the eye patch still losing half that vision, and he's pointing it. Just wait a minute.
He just tore the eye patch off, and who would know better? What's it feel feels like to be blinded with that beer bottle. Then Harris, and look at the Wildcat unload.
Obviously, he can see he's been healed and now a beautiful left, and you can see Storm just flying out of the ring.
Harrison Storm scheduled to square off and sacrifice in a Texas death match. Little bit of revenge for the Wildcat. A lot more to come. May 13th. Let's go to Letitia with Christy Hemme.
You guys both stink. And better than yes. Ugh. And better than the stink that is floating out to me in the hallway is what I'm going to be bringing to you at Sacrifice.
I don't really stink.
Don't do that.
On May 13th, every world title will be on the line as TNA Wrestling presents Sacrifice. Team 3D, the only tag team to hold every major title in the industry today, puts their world tag titles on the line against LAX and the team of Tom Coe and Big Papa Pump's Scott Steiner. TNA Wrestling presents Sacrifice, live May 13th on pay-per-view.
What is this doing here?
Yeah! Oh.
What kind of coin is this, huh? What kind of...
Yeah! Come on! I'm sorry! Come on!
Big leg takedown. Again, 2 points. 2 points. 2 points.
No! I'm sorry!
He's got it. You know what? This is. Bro, there's this book he was always talking about in the locker room. Yeah. But we got what we need here.
Sunday, May 13th, TNA Sacrifice pay-per-view. Listen to this lineup. X Division title on the line. Chris Sabin to defend against both Sanjay Dutt and Black Machismo Jay Lethal.
And think about this. It's also a three-way for the tag titles, as you're going to have Steiner and Tomko, LAX, and the champions Team 3D.
It's finally going to go down. Jeff Jarrett, one-on-one against Robert Roode.
And who will face Christian and Sacrifice for the championship? Will it be Sting? Will it be Kurt Angle? We're going to find out right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your feature contest on TNA Impact. It is a no disqualification tag team contest scheduled for one fall. Introducing team number 1 first from Gainesville, Georgia, the phenomenal AJ Styles and his tag team partner from Tampa, Florida by way of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, the NWA Heavyweight Champion of the World, the Instant Classic, Christian Cage.
Mike and Don joined at the broadcast position by TNA management, Jim Cornette. Jim, boy, it's been a tough night for you physically already.
Well, I'll tell you what, I could prosecute Robert Roode. He could go to jail, but that won't be half as bad as what Jeff Jarrett is going to do to him at Sacrifice.
And ladies and gentlemen, your opponents first from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He is the only Olympic gold medalist in professional wrestling history. He is Kurt Angle.
Earlier tonight, Christian Cage made the proposal. And the man sitting next to me, Jim Cornette, you rubber stamped it. Well, Chris Cage's main event tag team matchup.
Christian Cage is a master weasel. He always wants to weasel out of everything, but it's all or nothing here. He's either going to win it all, he's not going to have to defend against either guy, or he's going to be in the ring at Sacrifice against one of the top stars in TNA.
And his tag team partner from Venice Beach, California, this is Sting!
The two fierce rivals, Sting and Kurt Angle, to join forces in this tag team, no disqualification, Impact main event matchup. And again, ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind the proposal from the champ, NWA World Title holder Christian Cage laid it out. If either Angle or Sting score the pinfall in this match, that wrestler, that individual gets the title shot against Christian in Sacrifice. But if Christian or AJ win, Christian Cage does not have to face either Angle or Sting. And well, I think that is the definition of weaselry. will Angle and Sting be able to work together in a situation where it may be to their own advantage?
Well, you know, when Angle and Sting, in the words of Dave Mason, there ain't no good guys, there ain't no bad guys. There's just you and me, and we just disagree. That's what it is with Angle and Sting. Everybody wants Christian Cage and the NWA gold. Look at the action here. And Angle just rolled over him like a freight train.
The Olympic gold medalist just put the shoulder right into the NWA World Heavyweight Champ and dropped him, and check out that European uppercut.
I mean, think about it. Christian Cage is playing on the fact that Sting and Kurt Angle wouldn't be able to work together. But when it's down to this, when it's a title, and they realize one of them's going to get a shot, they're going to have to work together at some point here, Jim. They're going to have to work together, but then somehow, to win this thing, somebody's going to have to make that pinfall. Look at Angle catching Cage, and Cage, the look on his face tells the story.
Oh, caught him in midair, and then just dumps him unceremoniously overhead, right to the canvas. Quick pin attempt here. Angle. It's barely a one count on Christian Cage.
And you know the passion that a shot at the NWA World Heavyweight Championship engenders between all of the athletes in TNA, but especially the guys who have been there before, the cream of the crop, the main event, the money ball players in this industry want the shot at that title. Look at Sting. Standing drop kick, tremendous elevation, and Cage once again is on the mat.
Oh yeah, Sting pulling out all the stops. Connects with a drop kick. Drop Styles to the arena floor. Attention, turn to the champ.
Whoa.
Way overhead.
Think about this. Angle may regret tagging Sting in right now because look at Sting just showing that strength. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. I thought Sting was going to throw him, but instead he dropped Cage, and he's looking down here at AJ Styles.
And then he springs off the middle rope. Crashes down across Cage. Goes for the cover and gets another near fall.
All right, now, once again, Cage trying every trick in the book, and AJ Styles, and Styles hits the floor again.
Wrong place, wrong time for AJ. Sting just caught Christian as he charged in, and now watch Cage and Styles with the double team. Oh man, right into that steel post.
Hopefully Sting have no plans for later tonight. But right now, it looks like Cage and Styles, they're sadly in control of this situation. Kurt Angle has got to be wondering whether his partner's going to be any help at all.
Beat down continues in the corner on Sting. Quick commercial break upcoming. When we return, more of Christian and Styles versus Sting and Angle on Impact. And welcome back, everyone. This is our Impact main event on Fight TV. We have seen Styles and the NWA World Heavyweight Champion Christian Cage just dissect Sting right now, just trying to neutralize him. Sting back up to his feet. Rifles off those elbows, but he was just taken right down to the mat by Cage.
Oh, look at Sting right now. He's in a bad spot. Maybe too long time taking. Oh, and you can see he got the shoulder up.
Barely.
I'll tell you, the situation is that while Angle is fresh on the apron, Styles and Cage are switching back and forth with regular tag team continuity. Sting is in there all by himself. Sting is going to be the most fatigued man in this match. But look at Sting battling back. He's drawing it up from down deep in his heart. Well, that's because there's so much at stake, and you can see now AJ trying to pull him in. Oh, but look at Sting. Gets every chance he can to counter, and he does, and he just sends AJ flying. Angle reaching for the tag, so is Christian on his side. Styles and Sting down in the middle. Who's going to make the tag? Both teams are still alive in this one, Mike.
You know that basic tag team strategy of cutting off the ring, never more important than now, but the tag is in, and Angle's on fire. Clotheslines for both Cage and Styles.
Well, he had to make the tag, but you got to realize that may not be a good move. German suplex right there by Kurt Angle. Now look at it, he's got another one. Oh, but look at that agility. The phenomenal ability and athletic ability of AJ Styles, but another German suplex.
Pin, Angle on Styles. 2 counts from outside. Christian Cage just pulled Angle off the cover.
Oh, he couldn't afford. He did not want Angle to get that pin. And man, did Kurt Angle pay for that.
Just burst right into the guardrail. Goes Angle. Meanwhile, in the ring, Christian unloading on Sting, and now he's going to try and revive AJ and get him back into the battle.
I'll tell you what, they didn't have metal guardrails in the Olympics when Angle won the gold medal. He's going to have to come back from this, and look at Sting now. Sting with a surprise. Sting with clothesline. Sting still has some life left in him, and he wants that NWA World title shot.
Stack him up in the corner, and then he connects with the Stinger Splash. He just cut him up. Here comes the Scorpion Death Drop on Cage.
Here he goes. If he hits it, if he gets the pin.
Tight shot up coming.
1, 2. Oh, no. Kurt Angle couldn't let him have it. His own partner, Kurt Angle, took Sting off the top of that cover, and now they're face to face. Wait a minute, Cage is down there on the floor, and he's got 2, not 1, but 2 folding chairs.
I guess we shouldn't have been surprised at that from Angle, but no, they work as a team with that double team on Styles.
Right. I mean, there's it, Sting! He said you take it! Watch Sting being the bigger man!
Angle!
I don't, wait a minute!
Oh, chair by Cage and now Christian unloading with that steel chair.
I don't get what was going on there, and I'm not sure that either Sting or Angle did, but I know this match is no disqualification, and Cage broke that chair in, and there's another one on the floor. He's pointing to it. Styles going around to get that other chair.
I mean, that's the whole key. This isn't no disqualification match, and this is legal. That Christian can use the steel, and now AJ as well.
Oh, wait, they're setting up a concerto on Angle, and with his bad neck, it could be a career ender. No!
You can feel the vibration with that hit, and now you see Sting feed Christian. He just sends him all the way off the top.
Flashed out to the floor by Angle. Wait, this with the kick, and now
look at this. Wow! We got a double ankle locks.
They're both up to this submission.
Referee Rudy Charles has called for the bell, but the question is, who made Styles tap? Who's the winner?
They both have the ankle lock locked in. What in the world's going to happen now?
And that's the question I was going to ask you, Jim. Where do we go from here?
Hell, I've never seen anything like this. Angle trying to get Rudy Charles to raise his hand. Referee Rudy Charles, you called for the bell. AJ Styles tapped out. But who did he tap out to? Kurt Angle or Sting?
How can he determine that? There's no way you can determine. He's saying both.
All right then, to hell with this. If he tapped out to both, then that's who gets the title match. Both. We're going to have a three-way at Sacrifice.
Well, that's a great
Kurt
decision.
Angle versus Sting versus Christian Cage. The winner will be the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Gentlemen, you sort it out.
What a great call, Mike.
That's the only fair way to decide it. Thumbs up to Jim Cornette. What a hell of a decision. But you know, there's only one person in the Impact Zone that's not thrilled with that, and that's the champ. Christian Cage has to face both Sting and Angle at Sacrifice.
Adrenaline rush now. Adrenaline rush now. Adrenaline rush, adrenaline rush now.